This is the Neewer RGB light panels, and we're going to open these up. It comes with this carrying case, the zipper top, and then if we see inside, we get a couple of light stands. So here's one light stand. Let's move this aside here. So this light stand, it comes with a 1/4-20 thread at the top, and then a 5/8 post. And then it has 1, 2 expandable sections, including the base here. This knob here is for the legs, so you loosen that, and then you can pull the legs out, like so. Of course, you'd want to open them up all the way so that they are as wide as possible. I don't recommend setting up a light stand with the legs in a narrow position like this because it's not going to be very stable. Just be careful when you pinch these closed that you don't pinch your fingers. All right, we'll just tighten that a little bit just to keep it in place and loosen these sections and collapse them there. So that's one stand. And looks like you get another stand in here. I have this still in the box, so that is the other light stand. And you also have a couple of these AC/DC adapters. So you can see the detail there. They output 15 volts and 4.8 amps for a total of 72 watts of power. This is the round connector there. Looks like a fairly standard size. And then you have this AC connection, which goes to an AC cable. There are 2 of these identical power adapters. And then let's take one of the actual panels here. So on the front, there are barn doors. You can open those up. And once you open those up, you can see you have a plastic cover here. It's kind of a diffuser. It has little patterns etched into it to make the light diffuse a bit. And it looks like these barn doors can come off if you unscrew these thumb screws. And then there is a little latch here. If you squeeze this, that goes down. And then it looks like you could pull this lens out, like so. And then it's got a film on this, so it's rough on one side, smooth on the other side there. And you can actually see all of the LEDs there on the board. Get a close-up look at that. So these are RGB LEDs, so you can change whatever color you want. If you want to put this back in, simply have to find the slot here. Looks like there's a slot there, one on the other side. So just slip this inside of that. And then flip this up. Just flip that up on the other side to prevent the lens panel, this diffuser panel, from sliding out. You do see a couple of 1/4-20 mounting points here on the side and identical ones on the other side. That is where you would mount it to the yoke. So let's close this up and take a look at the back. All right, so on the back, you have this little warning here. It says, do not touch the heat dissipation panel, which I believe is this right here. Of course, it probably gets warm when it's plugged in and on. And you have two battery slots here. It looks like Sony NP style batteries. It says model F550, 750, or 970 there. 7.2 volts. And an identical slot there. This looks like an LCD panel. This is the switch. So it looks like this side is battery. Middle position is off. And then the right side is a AC/DC adapter, which plugs in right over here. So it looks like it does accept 12 to 15 volts of power. This is the mode channel button. This is HSI and VRR. And then at the bottom here, it may be difficult to read, but it does say that it is 12 to 15 volts, smart metal LED light, 50 watts of power, and looks like it is made in China. All right, let's put that back in. And let's take a look at one of the yokes here. So this is one of the yokes that you use to mount to the LED. This is the other one. These are the finger knobs that you would use to attach the yoke to the side of the LED panel. Let's take out a couple of those. You can see that they look to be identical to the ones that you use for this attachment here that goes on top of the light stand. So the light stand would go right in there. In fact, let's just show that. So here's the light stand. Let's go in like that. And then tighten this. Just finger tight. And then secure. Just so it doesn't twist around. And you loosen it. Now, if you loosen it just a little bit, it's not going to come out because there's this little edge and lip there. So you just have to loosen it a little bit more. And then it comes out. Now, if you want to attach this to the light panel, you would use one of these 1/4-20 threads here. So this just goes on like this. You'll notice you'll have to pry it open just a little bit. And then you can go either on the lower one, like right there, which will give you this much clearance on the bottom, or you could even go for the one on the top, which still gives you enough clearance there. Although if you have your barn doors open, that may not be enough. So let's go for the bottom holes. And you line that up. And then make sure you have this washer here. So that washer is going to help with ensuring that it can rotate freely. Okay. You just rotate that on there. Let's line this up. Looks like I lost my washer on this one, so let's get the washer out. Put the washer right on there. And then, once this hole is lined up, let's thread that into there. Loosely tighten that. And then you've got your RGB light panel pretty much ready to go. So you just put this on top of the stand, tighten this down a bit, plug in the AC/DC adapter into that. Or if you have batteries, you can slip those in and then just flip this to either, again, battery or AC/DC. And here are the cables. Here's the power cable, just for reference. So this power cable fits right into here. And you have this style power connector on here. Now, the one thing about the bag is that you cannot leave this yoke on and put it inside these pouches in here. It's just, pouches are too small. Let me take this out just to show you. So notice in here, you have this pouch. And if I try to slide this in, this knob and this knob over here is too wide and it won't fit inside. Even if I try to stretch it, it's not going to go. So these pouches are just a little bit too small. You'd at least have to remove it on one side or the other. And even once you get it in, this yoke sticks up too far, and then you can't close this cover without it sticking out like that. So before you put these away into the bag, you do need to remove the yoke. Careful not to lose the washer on that bolt. Do it on both sides. Just slide that off. And then you'll be able to fit this into the bag without any problem with everything removed. So the other thing you get in here is the instruction manual. It is in English and various other languages. Okay. You can use the app to control the light, change colors, change patterns. There's various flashing patterns that you could have here. And here is the spec page. The RGB 660. Here are the specs. So it has 660 LEDs, color rendering index of 97 plus, and temperature range of 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. And with the brightness without the diffuser, so you have to remove that diffuser, it is at 1 meter, 2050 lux. And it consumes 50 watts of power there. See the contents of what comes with it. So 2 lights, 2 U-shaped brackets, carrying case, power adapter, 2 barn doors, 2 diffusers, 2 tripods, and the instruction manual. All right. This is an FCC warning. And this is their customer service. And there you have it. That is the Neewer RGB LED panel with carrying case and stands. You can control this using your smartphone and an app.